Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1971 Seattle Pilots What If Scenario. Today's matchup is between the Baltimore Orioles and the Seattle Pilots at Brainiac Stadium. On the mound for the Orioles today is Dick Rusteck, whose record is 3-3 with a 4.68 ERA, and pitching for the Pilots is Dennis Leonard, whose record is 3-8 with a 5.27 ERA. Okay, we have had back-to-back victories over the first place Orioles. Two really fun games, actually. We won the first game of the series 7-2, put up some good offense. And then yesterday, out of nowhere, Dick Ruthven pitched a 4-0 shutout, complete game shutout. We had 2 home runs in the game, played great defense, thanks primarily to Belanger, starting 4 double plays, and an actual complete, all facets of the game working at the same time, win. So, we'll take those wins whenever we can get them, but, it's been few and far between all season. I feel like it's out of the question to ask for a at-home sweep against the Orioles, but we're going to try to do that today. And then after today's ball game, there is a day off, so we'll advance a day to get ready for the Indians coming to town. So before we get started with today's ball game, I wanted to just quickly mention that yesterday I received the prize that I intended to be the third place prize for our final giveaway of the year. And I want to tell you about it really quick. It is a book from 1977. It's called All Pro Baseball Stars. It's by pretty famed writer, sports writer from this era, Bruce Weber, who was kind of like the Bill Simmons of his time. And it is a scholastic book services book, so it's like for children, but it is so amazing. It is not in very good shape, and that's my biggest disappointment. I will give it away for the third place prize, but I'm going to include something else with it, only because the condition does not look great. And when I went to buy it, it said that it was in fair condition, but it's actually in poor condition. And so in this book, and I'm sure I'll repeat this when we go to do the actual giveaway, but it has a little blurb about all the National League All-Stars from 1976, all the American League All-Stars from 1976, the All-Rookie team from 1976. So NL and AL, position by position, the best player that was a rookie. And then it has National League and American League previews for every team. And of course, 1977 was the expansion year for the Mariners and for the Blue Jays. So the expansion draft had already taken place. He writes about this in the book. So the expansion draft had already taken place after 1976, and this book went to publication in January of 1977. So the final page, it has a late news category, which is like transactions, and it tells you all the little things that had happened in that final month before spring training even started. But what cracked me up, I've got to tell you, and I'm going to read this right now, and I apologize, I'm barely literate, but the Toronto Blue Jays blurb for their very first season, it shows John Lowenstein's picture. John Lowenstein, his picture represents the Toronto Blue Jays. Well, John Lowenstein never played for Toronto, right? He apparently was traded to Toronto. I'm going to read you the whole thing here. It's 3 paragraphs. This is what Bruce Weber wrote about the Toronto Blue Jays prior to their inaugural year. Jay owners spent $5.2 million for 30 players at the AL expansion draft. They were had. as usual, expansion produced a bunch of no-names for the new clubs. Manager Roy Hartsfield and GM Peter Bavasi loaded up at baseball's two key positions, pitcher and catcher. For the mound, they picked up Bill Singer and Ted Garvin from the Twins, Pete Vukovich from the White Sox, Steve Hargan from the Rangers, Dave Lemanchek from the Tigers, and Mike Willis from the Orioles. Toronto is even stronger behind the bat. They've got Andy Ashby from Cleveland, which they got for pitcher Al Fitzmaurice, who they signed as a free agent just after the free agent period started. They got Ernie Witt from the Red Sox, Rick Cerrone, they also got from the Indians, and veteran Phil Roof. So those were their four catchers. The deal that brought Cerrone to Toronto also brought John Lowenstein, a power man with a puny .205 average. The pair cost the Jays a .310 hitter in Rico Carty. At 37, he didn't fit their plans. There are a few other names. It could be a long year in Canada. I love the writing because you got to remember, this is written for children, right? And it's that snarky tone to it that reminds me so much of Bill Simmons when he would write for ESPN. And anyway, I think this little book with all the individual profiles on the players is fantastic. It's just the book's not in very good condition, and I feel kind of bad about that. I don't like giving away what appears to be like someone else's trash. But it's actually a lot of fun. I got it yesterday. I read it all last night, laughing my ass off all the way through it. So I'm still going to give it away as a third place prize. The second place prize will arrive today, and I'm still negotiating on the grand prize because it is something somewhat significant. So stay tuned. I will let you know when we'll start taking participants for the giveaway. You have to be a subscriber, so subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for the update on the prizes for this last giveaway. Okay, we got Dennis Leonard on the mound. He saw what Rusteck did yesterday, so I hope he's bringing his A game. We have everybody in the bullpen available to go. And then we have a lefty, Dick Rusteck, starting for the Orioles today. We're going to mix it up a little bit. Tom Ragland will get his first start at second base. This is not a guy that's going to be in our future. But Tito Fuentes is listed as tired. And I'm like, why the hell not give some scrub a chance? Don Young will get a start. He'll be in left field for Jose Cruz, who just can't hit lefties. And I wanted to point out, Tito Fuentes, his real name is Rigoberto. I did not know that. I found that out yesterday as I was doing some research. Okay, let's go ahead and do the lineup rundown for the Baltimore Orioles. Batting leadoff at shortstop is Freddie PATEK. Batting second at second base is Al Montreuil. Batting third in left field is Willie STARGELL. Batting cleanup and catching is Elrod HENDRICKS. Batting fifth at third base is Ron Santo. Batting sixth at first base is Bill Davis. Batting seventh in right field is Dave May. Batting eighth in center field is Mack Jones. And batting ninth is the pitcher, Dick Rusteck. Okay, Dennis Leonard making the start for the Pilots today, making his 13th of the year. He is 3-8 with a 5.27 ERA. 26 strikeouts and 70 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .275 against him. Fastball topping out 89 miles an hour. That is his best pitch. Rated at 82. Overall rated at 82. The 20-year-old right-hander is arbitration eligible at the end of the 1974 season. Let's take a look at his log coming off a terrible start. Versus the Red Sox, he gave up 6 runs on 9 hits. He walked a guy, didn't strike out a batter. Something that's happened several times already this year. He took the loss, and that was after having a good start against the Royals. All right, we'll take a look here at our defense against the Baltimore Orioles. Don Young, the left field, is actually pretty solid defensively. In center, once again, is Scott Northey. In right is PEPITONE. The infield, not so good up the middle with Ragland at second base. And behind the plate will be Manny Seguin. Okay, here we go. Manny Seguin in there after having a day off, by the way. Okay, here we go. Freddie PATEK leading off against Leonard. And a line drive to right. It will be caught by PEPITONE. One down. Next man up is MONTREUIL. Fly ball to right. The other thing I want to mention about that book is, again, 1977 was also the first off-season of free agency ever, right? That's when they let everyone go to become free agents. So Reggie Jackson, as we have Willie STARGELL up, Reggie Jackson, the photograph shows him in a Baltimore Orioles uniform, but of course he was signed that offseason by the Yankees, and he got $3 million. And Bruce Weber was writing about that, saying like how crazy it was that he got a $3 million contract. We go to the bottom of the first inning, 1-2-3 for Leonard. Let's take a look at the Pilots lineup for today, as I clicked on the wrong batter, my bad. Batting leadoff at third base is ROLLINS. Batting second in center field is Scott Northey. Batting third at first base is SKIDMORE. Batting cleanup and catching is Manny Seguin. Batting fifth in right field is Joe PEPITONE. Batting sixth in left field is Don Young. Batting seventh at second base is Tom Ragland. Batting eighth at shortstop is AUERBACH. And batting ninth is the pitcher, Dennis Leonard. Okay, Dick Rusteck making his 8th start of the year. He's 30 years old, and really his first opportunity to be in the regular rotation. He is 3-3 with a 4.68 ERA, more walks than strikeouts, and opponents are batting .258 against him. He does have a complete game shutout this year. He also has a save. Fastball topping out at 90 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 48.6%. I mean, he's got two good pitches, a fastball rated a 90 and a screwball rated an 81, overall rated an 86. The 30-year-old left-hander is arbitration eligible at the end of the year. Let's look at his log. Okay, yeah, he's coming off a no decision, a terrible performance against the Royals, but that makes sense because he had the complete game shutout the start previous against the Senators. He shut them down, so naturally he's going to give up a ton of runs. Well, yeah, he went from a ton of runs against Boston to a shutout to a ton of runs. So that's just how baseball mogul works. We know the drill. All right, here's the defense for Baltimore. Left field, center field, both below league average. At first base today is Bill Davis getting a spot start. September call-up, he is terrible defensively. And behind home plate is Elrod Hendricks. Okay, Rich Rollins is going to lead it off against Rusteck, a best hitter versus left-handers. Rounding out to first, he's batting .375 versus lefties. One out. Northey I put in the number 2 spot today because he walks so much, and then of course he strikes out, making me look stupid. And SKIDMORE takes the screwball, sends it to right. 1-2-3, top of the second. Elrod Hendricks leading it off. Batting cleanup today. The ground ball to short. AUERBACH. All we want AUERBACH to do is make the routine plays. Belanger, he's got that double play down though. That's amazing. SANTO flies out to right. PEPITONE making the catch. And here's Bill Davis. I mean, he played a full season in our inaugural year for the Padres. He had 16 home runs, 26 grounding in the double plays. We got a little bit of PT with Baltimore batting .356 last year. And he's 2 for 5 this year. 2 down. Davis with a ground ball to third. 6 in a row. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Here's Manny SANGUILLEN leading off. Put him in the cleanup role. Of the people in the lineup today, he's been pretty steady driving in runs, but grounds out to short. Joey Pep grounds out to second. And Don Young does have a home run this year. He struggled since we traded for him, losing his 4th outfielder job, popping out to second. Moving on to the top of the third. It is Dave May leading off. Full count. Base hit. That's the first hit of the game. May on first. Here's Mack Jones in the number 8 spot. He's been all over the lineup. 17 home runs, and he's batting 8th. Lining out to first, May gets back in time. I would probably steal here if it were me. But we'll bring the corners in for the pitcher. 1-0 count. Yeah, he's going to drop it like it's hot. Is that a line drive back to the pitcher? No, it was a ground ball. And Leonard goes to second. That seems very unlikely. So the pitcher's on first. Here's Freddie PATEK back to the top of the lineup. Into left center field. Oh. Cut off by the left fielder, Young. Saving a run. I would assume Rusteck could score if that had got to the wall. Bottom of the third is Ragland getting a chance to start. 0 for 1 on the year, flying out to second, flying out to right center. Rick Auerbach grounding out to short. And DeLeo, 2-2, makes contact on the screwball. Moving on to the fourth. Pardon me while I grab a little drink of coffee. One hit between the two teams. MONTREUIL leading off. Fly ball to center. One down. Here's Willie STARGELL. Never quite got it started this year. Striking out. First K for Leonard. Wasn't Willie STARGELL a MVP in our sim? Yeah, in 1969, our first year. He won the MVP. He was also the ALCS MVP. All right, 2 down. And Elrod HENDRICKS up. All these lefties, and we've only got one hit. Ground ball in the hole at short. Auerbach making the play. Okay. That is 13 innings in a row, at least, that the Orioles have not scored on our team. Rollins leads off the bottom of the fourth, striking out. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is Dick Rusteck, for crying out loud. Wasn't even in baseball. There we go. Northey with a base hit. No, we are not going to run on Dave May. 50-50. That guy's got a cannon. Let's hit and run. See if we can't put back-to-back singles together. Yeah, there we go. It's even better. Down the left field line. Northey into third. First and third, one out. This is the guy you want up there, Manny SANGUILLEN. Best contact hitter on the team. We will hit and run. 1-1. There we go! Base hit to center field. Northey scores. Skidmore to third. 1-0 Seattle. I am liking what I'm seeing. We're going to hit and run again. Why stop now? Plus, PEPITONE hits into the most double plays on our team. There's a ground ball to third. Skidmore coming home, scores. Give PEPITONE another RBI. Does he have 80 yet? He's got to be close. Nope, only 78. Now he's 13 home runs shy of last year's total, but he's within reach of equaling his RBI total from last year. So the home runs are gone, but he's still producing. Runner on second, and Don Young will ground to first. Davis steps on the bag. Pirates get 2 runs in the inning. 3 consecutive singles gets the job done. 2-0 Seattle. Top of the 5th, Dennis Leonard in total control right now as Santo pops up. This is kind of devastating for Baltimore, right? I mean, they're in first place, struggling against us. Kind of embarrassing. Will Davis loops it to right center, but it will be caught. And Dave May, who's got the only hit today, grounds it to short. I like the competition between Leonard and Ruthven. As long as we play this sim, they're going to be tied together as the 2 rookies that came up on the same day. Tom Ragland will walk. That's the only thing he does well. If you look at his ratings, his eye is an 84. I'm assuming that's tied to how often he walks. And that is his 2nd walk of the year. Rick Auerbach, we're going to let him swing away. Drive to center. 1 out. Leonard will try to sack bunt. Drop it like it's hot. Nope, it didn't even make contact. 2 down. We are back to Rollins. Rollins down to 312. There we go. Down the line, all the way to the wall. Ragland's going to hold at third. That is Rollins' 14th double of the year. Northey, who's clutch in these situations, has a chance to drive in 2 runs. 1-0. Yes! That'll get 2 in. 4-0. Seattle. We don't need to go for 2, but you know what? We're going to try to steal. 67% chance. Northey's going on the first pitch. High and up, high and outside. And Northey does successfully steal second. 7 for 10 as a pilot. 14 out of 18 overall. In scoring position now for Skidmore. 2-2. Oh, nice screwball. Popping it up to foul ground. Put 2 more on the board. 4-0 Seattle. Top of the 6th inning. Mack Jones leading it off. Full count. And a base hit the center. Leadoff man is on. We're going to bring third base in. I can't imagine down 4 runs that the game will make him bunt, but we'll see. Yep. And it's back to the pitcher again. This time he does get the job done. Jones moving on to second. 1 out. Freddie PATEK. 2-0 count and another comebacker. Jones doesn't even move on that one. Leonard 1 out away from getting out of the jam. 0-2. Yeah, there we go. 15 innings in a row that we're keeping the hottest hitting team off the scoreboard. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Manny SANGUILLEN. Ooh, that was up and in. Flying out to left. 1 out for Joey Pep. Pep hits it back to Rusteck. And Don Young flies to center. Oh, it's over his head for a double! How did Jones not get to that? Does Jones have bad range? Oh, he's got shitty range. 77 rating. Wow, okay. That's a double for Young. Is that his first extra base hit? He's got a home run. Oh, no, he's got 3 doubles. Okay. It's like a season highlight for him. And a balk gets him to third. That's just dumb. We don't need to go into the balk a game mode again. I think that was in the Tigers series that we wrapped up. All right. Ragland flies out. Top of the 7th. Keep Leonard in there. He's only thrown 58 pitches into the 7th inning. This is Greg Maddux-like. STARGELL hits a ground ball to third. And an error! Oh no, here it comes. Oh, you know, as that play developed in that 1.5 seconds, I'm like, oh, that feels like an error. Nuts. Okay, well, whatever he gives up will be unearned. It's going to be, you know, it's impossible to keep up. Yeah, okay. 4 runs down, and Willie STARGELL is going to steal second base for his second stolen base of the year. So they're only going to get 1 run. That's probably what that means, I'm guessing. And it'll be unearned. Ground ball to short. STARGELL will hold. One out. Here's Ron Santo. Ground ball to first. STARGELL going to third. It's going to be up to Bill Davis to get that run on the board. Stop the streak. 0-1. Ah, you bitch. 4-1. Unearned. Yeah, it's the scrub that drove him in. If I had walked him and pitched to May, probably would have been an out. 2-2. Line drive to third. Rollins will make this one. Okay, so the streak is at an end. Bottom of the 7th. Rick Auerbach, 2-2 count. Ground ball to third. Dick Rusteck officially tired. Yeah, we'll take Leonard out. Great performance. Let's do something a little different. Mike, straight out of Compton, has never batted in the entirety of our game. So this is his major league debut. A backup catcher. Good defensively. Can't make contact. Probably going to strike out. But he'll make his major league debut today against Dick. Full count. Okay, liner to left. It will be caught. 2 down. And Rollins strikes out. Okay. Let's bring in... We can mix and match a little bit here. We're going to bring in Mungebob SquarePants to get the lefty. They'll probably pinch hit for Rusteck, so we'll see which way they go. And if they bring in a righty, then we'll bring in the Colonel, Ken Sanders. All right, here we go. Lefty on lefty violence. 212 hitter. Oh my God, that wasn't even close. And they are going to bring in a left-hander. That's dumb. But you have to admit that Johnny Oates is probably their only option off the bench. Right? No, of course not. They got Brooks Robinson and Frank Robinson. So, good job, Baseball Mogul. It's a ground ball to third. Out comes Munge. In comes Ken Sanders. Ken Sanders actually gets mentioned in this book, but they call him Ken Saunders. So I don't know. It's a kid's book. Oh, you bitch. Come on, man. PATEK on first after the walk. Montreal, fly ball, left center. There we go. Bottom of the 8th inning, Al Severinson coming into the ball game. Scott Northey, striking out. 1 out. Skidmore, liner to right. And Manny SANGUILLEN, does he have a hit today? Yeah, he does. 1 for 3. 2-0. Everybody's got a screwball in this team. All right, that'll do it for our bats today. We'll bring in Riddleberger. Got 2 lefties and a righty. I'm not going to bring in any defensive replacements. We're going to win with this team or we're going to lose. We'll find out which one it'll be here. STARGELL. That's a ground ball to Skidmore. 1 out, 2 to go. Sweeping the series, striking out Hendricks. We're going to let Riddleberger pitch to Santo because the lefties are coming up. We're not going to bring in Granger. He's already blown 12 saves this year. Fly ball center field. That should do it. Northey making the catch. Pilots win 4-1. Handshakes, butt slaps, snappy stakes. We sweep Baltimore. And we have a day off, so we're going to advance a day to get us to the Indians series here. Okay, let's take a look here at the standings. Oh, well, there's the National League, and we already know what's going on here. 5 teams eliminated. Whoa, so with the advanced day, Los Angeles and Houston have tied it up in the West. Now, did Houston get their pitchers back? Is that what's going on here? No, J.R. Richards got 3 more games. And then he will be back. Do they have injuries to their batters? Oh, Jim Wynn, but he's done. Okay. All right. Well, so they're doing it despite having their best pitcher out. And St. Louis still has a sizable lead. Take a look at the American League. Baltimore. They won their first game against whatever team they're playing now. So it's only 1.5 games. And although we've won 3 in a row, we are 13.5 back. In 5th. That sucks. Oh, Kansas City is eliminated. So the Royals are eliminated from contention. Okay. Let's take a look at the headline news. Brainiac Baseball Daily Break. Oakland's Vita Blue holds Washington to 3 hits. Ron Santo gets 4 RBI in an Orioles 9-2 win. So that was over the White Sox. Okay. Transactions. What do we got here? Nothing. Nothing since Boswell in the 9th. We're on the 13th. Not a single injury. It all ends with Boswell. Let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and or subscribe to the channel. I want to do a video where I read each blurb for this book because I think they're just amusing. How ridiculous they thought things were back in 1977. It's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to giving away that prize, but I do feel a little guilty because it's in so much worse condition than it looked in the photograph. All right, player of the game. We're going to give it to Dennis Leonard. He gave up 1 run. It was unearned. He's 4-8 on the year with a 4.79 ERA now. He did not walk a batter. In fact, as a team, we only walked 1 batter. That was the first batter Sanders faced. Denny Riddleberger gets his first save of the year. Dick Rusteck, he did not pitch poorly, really. I mean, he had a quality start. He's 3-4 with the loss. Only 3 hits for the Orioles. Bill Davis, Dave May, and Mack Jones. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the lineup. Everybody else got shut down. Kudos to Scott Northey, who's so clutch. And he also had a stolen base today. That was a big hit, driving in those 2 runs. Okay, we're going to come back tomorrow, start a brand new series versus the Cleveland Indians. Until then, everyone, have a great day.